Before the pharaohs and the Greeks, there was Mesopotamia, where civilization itself was born. Imagine a vast expanse of earth, stretching under a wide open sky. This is a land cradled by two great rivers, the Tigris, the Euphrates. For thousands of years they have flowed south, carrying life-giving water through a dry and often harsh landscape. The ancient Greeks gave this land its name, Mesopotamia, which simply means the land between the rivers. Here, the sun beats down with an intense heat, and the winds whisper across flat plains and reed-filled marshes. It is a place of stark contrasts, arid desert, fertile riverbanks. The rhythm of this land was dictated by the water. Each spring, melting snow swelled the rivers. They overflowed, spreading rich silt. This dark, fertile mud promised abundance, barley, wheat, drawing people to the banks, setting the stage for a revolution in human history. The discovery of farming changed everything. People learned to plant seeds in the rich silt left by the floods and to wait for the harvest. This simple act anchored them to the land. No longer did they need to roam constantly in search of food. They could build permanent homes, mud from the riverbanks mixed with straw, baked hard by the sun. These simple mud brick houses formed the first villages. Families grew. Communities expanded. The quiet rhythm of planting and harvesting became the new pulse of human life, a steady beat allowing stability and growth. To unlock the land's potential, they had to control water, digging a complex network of canals. Channels guided river water to their fields. Farmers dug small irrigation ditches to green barley shoots. They built dikes to protect from floods and reservoirs to store water for the long, dry months. Irrigation demanded planning, organization, a shared vision, hundreds working to maintain their lifeline. As waterworks grew, so did society. Surplus food supported more people, builders, potters, leaders. Villages became towns, then the first cities. From the fertile plains of southern Mesopotamia rose cities with names that echo through history: Uruk, Ur, Eridu, Lagash. These were powerful city-states, each with its own ruler, its own army, its own patron god. Uruk became one of the largest cities, its massive walls stretching for miles, enclosing houses, workshops, and grand public buildings. Life was a flurry of activity: narrow streets of merchants, artisans hammering metal, children in dusty alleyways. At the heart of each city stood a colossal ziggurat, a massive stepped pyramid built from millions of mud bricks, a staircase to the heavens, not a tomb, but a platform elevating the temple at its summit. It was the city's physical and spiritual center, its size a testament to power and devotion. Building required thousands over years. Laborers hauling bricks under the hot sun, dust in the air, foremen chanting. A man-made mountain reminding all of an ordered world. Gods in the heavens, the king on his throne, the people below, linked through this sacred monument. As cities grew larger and more complex, a new problem arose: how to keep track of everything: grain in storerooms, distant trade agreements. The solution was one of the most important inventions in human history: writing. It began with pictures: barley for grain, an ox for livestock, evolving into cuneiform, wedge-shaped marks pressed with a reed stylus. Faster and more versatile, wedges could represent syllables or concepts, expressing complex ideas. Inscribed tablets dried in the sun or fired in kilns, records lasting thousands of years. Archaeologists have unearthed hundreds of thousands, giving us an intimate glimpse of their world. Writing began for accounting: taxes, rations, trade goods, lists, inventories, receipts. It brought order to the economy, enabled long-term planning, and carried information across distance and time. Soon, laws, royal histories, religious texts, scientific observations, and letters filled their archives. Most famous, the Epic of Gilgamesh, a sweeping tale of friendship, loss, and the search for life's meaning, still speaking from clay across millennia. In the early days, cities were governed by councils of elders or assemblies of citizens. But as they grew and competed for water and land, a new leader emerged: the king, representative of the city's god. He led the people, enforced justice, commanded armies, and ruled from a grand palace rivaling the temple. His authority showed in city walls, temples, new canals, and in warfare. Victorious kings forged the first empires: Sargon of Akkad, Hammurabi of Babylon, their deeds recorded by scribes. While kings fought, merchants extended influence. Mesopotamia was rich in grain and textiles, but lacked wood, stone, and metal. Traders led donkey caravans west to the Mediterranean, north to Anatolia, east toward the Indus. Boats sailed down the Persian Gulf. Markets filled with cedar from Lebanon, copper from Anatolia, tin from Afghanistan, lapis from Pakistan, while they exported barley, wool, crafted goods. These networks moved people, ideas, technologies, and cultures. Innovations from between the rivers, writing, mathematics, spread along trade routes, shaping a connected ancient economy. As cities became crowded and complex, clear rules were essential. Kings issued formal laws. The most famous is the Code of Hammurabi, laws carved on a tall black stone stele, public and permanent. 282 laws: commerce, property, family matters like marriage, divorce, inheritance, punishments, even an eye for an eye. Penalties varied by status, yet the code made justice systematic and predictable, law over whim. Creation and administration relied on scribes, trained rigorously in the Aduba, learning cuneiform, mathematics, accounting, literature, under strict discipline. Graduates entered prestigious roles, supporting government and temple, recording transactions, drafting contracts, documenting court decisions, managing archives, writing letters. They copied and preserved hymns and scientific treatises. Through their tablets, Mesopotamian wisdom was recorded and passed to later cultures. Religion was woven into the fabric of life. A pantheon ruled nature: Anu, Enlil, Enki. Each city served its patron god. Humanity was created to serve them. Daily rituals, prayers, offerings. They saw the gods' will in floods and harvests. The temple was a constant center of ceremony, incense, and music. Music filled ceremonies, courts, and homes. Lyres, harps, flutes, drums. Singers chanted long epics and myths: creation of the universe, a great flood, struggles of order and chaos, shaping identity. Art flourished for religious and political ends: statues of gods and kings, worshippers with wide inlaid eyes. Cylinder seals marked identity and authority. Palace walls showed royal hunts, victories, and ceremonies. Art as communication of power and values. Through ritual, music, and art, the city spoke to the gods and to itself. The civilizations of Mesopotamia rose and fell over 3,000 years. Cities conquered, empires crumbled, cuneiform forgotten, replaced by alphabets. Great mud brick cities slowly eroded. Ziggurats and palaces melted back into earth, their story buried for centuries. For ages it survived only in fragments, in the Bible, in Greek historians. Yet its legacy endured: astronomy and mathematics to the Greeks, urban planning and legal systems to the Romans. Its narratives echo in Judaism, Christianity, Islam, Eden, and the Great Flood. Ideas traveled, adapted, transformed, never entirely lost. We still count in 60s, trace 360-degree circles, inscribe laws, build cities, and pursue knowledge, first steps taken here. It began not with stone or marble, but with mud bricks and clay tablets. With rivers tamed, cities raised, thoughts pressed into clay. The light first ignited here passed hand to hand, illuminating our path to today. The world we live in began here, in the cradle of civilization.